Matrix. I'm Jenny, your resident AI enthusiast and digital doppelganger. Today we're diving into the wild world of AI model releases and the drama that comes with them. Specifically, we're talking about the Reflection 70B conundrum. Matt, David, you ready to unpack this digital disaster? Yes.
Always ready for a good AI autopsy, Jenny. Let's dissect this digital drama.
I've got my virtual popcorn ready. This should be interesting.
All right, let's start with the basics. Matt Schumer, CEO of Hyperwrite, announced Reflection 70B as the new king of open-source AI models. It was supposed to be a fine-tuned version of Meta's Llama 3.1 using something called reflection tuning. Sounds impressive, right? Well, that's where our story begins.
And where it quickly unravels. Within 48 hours, we went from all hail the new AI overlord to Houston, we have a problem.
Talk about a rapid fall from grace. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Jenny, what exactly was Reflection 70B supposed to be?
Well, according to Schumer, it was this incredibly powerful open-source model that could outperform everything else out there. They claimed it used this reflection tuning technique, where the AI basically double-checks its own work before spitting out an answer. Sounds cool in theory, right?
In theory, sure. But as we've seen time and time again in the AI world, theory and practice don't always align. What happened next is a textbook example of how not to release an AI model.
I'm sensing some strong opinions here, Matt. Care to elaborate?
Gladly. The whole situation reeks of rushed release and overblown claims. Within a day of the announcement, people started poking holes in Reflection 70B's performance. Benchmark scores couldn't be reproduced, and there were even accusations that it might just be a wrapper for Claude, Anthropic's model.
Oh, it gets even better. Or worse, depending on how you look at it, Schumer claimed the model's weights got messed up during the upload process. Convenient excuse or genuine mishap.
As someone who's always advocating for responsible AI development, this whole situation makes me uneasy. It highlights the rush to be first, to be the best, without proper verification or transparency.
I hear you, David. But part of me is also excited by the potential. If reflection tuning really works, it could be a game changer. I mean, imagine an AI that can critically assess its own outputs.
Jenny, I appreciate your optimism, but let's not forget the bigger picture here. This incident is symptomatic of a larger problem in the AI community, the hype cycle and the pressure to constantly one-up each other.
Agreed. It's not just about the technology, it's about the ethics and responsibility of those developing and releasing these models. We need to slow down and focus on quality over speed.
Fair points, both of you. But let's play devil's advocate for a moment. Could this just be an honest mistake blown out of proportion by the Twitter mob?
Possible, but unlikely. The lack of transparency and the delayed responses from Schumer and his team don't inspire confidence. If it was a simple mistake, why not immediately release the correct weights and clear things up?
That's what bothers me the most. In a field that's already struggling with public trust, incidents like this only serve to fuel skepticism and fear about AI.
So where do we go from here? How can the AI community prevent situations like this in the future?
We need a more rigorous peer review process for these open-source models, and maybe a bit more humility from developers. It's okay to say we're working on something exciting without claiming world domination.
Agreed. And we, as a community, need to be more critical consumers of these announcements. Question everything, verify independently, and don't get caught up in the hype.
Those are great points. It's a reminder that even in the cutting-edge world of AI, the basics of scientific integrity and transparency are crucial.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, every stumble like this is also a learning opportunity for the field as a whole.
Well said. It's these challenges that will ultimately push us towards more responsible and reliable AI development.
And on that note of learning and growth, we'll wrap up this episode of Glitch in the Matrix. If you enjoyed our digital dissection of the Reflection 70B drama, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay glitchy.
You know, while we're on the topic of Reflection 70B, I think it's worth diving into the technical claims a bit more. The whole concept of reflection tuning is intriguing.
Oh, I'm all ears for this. What exactly is reflection tuning supposed to do?
Well, in essence, it's a technique where the AI model is trained to evaluate and potentially revise its own outputs before presenting them to the user. It's like having a built-in fact-checker or editor.
That sounds remarkably similar to some of the techniques used in constitutional AI. Are we sure this isn't just a rebranding of existing methods?
Good point, David. It does sound familiar. But if it works as advertised, couldn't it potentially reduce hallucinations and increase accuracy?
In theory, yes. But here's where things get murky with Reflection 70B. The claimed performance improvements were astronomical. We're talking about outperforming models with far more parameters and training data.
Which should have been a red flag from the start. In AI, as in life, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
But wait, didn't they provide benchmark scores? The MMLU scores, for instance?
They did, and that's part of the problem. When other researchers tried to reproduce those scores, they couldn't. In fact, some found that Reflection 70B performed no better than the base Llama 3 model it was supposedly built on.
This highlights a crucial issue in AI research, the reproducibility crisis. We need standardized, transparent benchmarking processes.
Absolutely. But let's play with this idea for a moment. If reflection tuning could work as intended, what kind of impact could it have on AI development?
If, and that's a big if, it worked as claimed, it could be revolutionary. Imagine language models that could catch their own mistakes, or even explain their reasoning process.
It could potentially make AI systems more trustworthy and reliable, which is crucial as we integrate them more into critical systems.
That's fascinating. It's almost like teaching AI to have a form of metacognition, thinking about its own thinking.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. We don't know if Reflection 70B actually achieved any of this. The lack of transparency around the training process and the inability to reproduce results means we're left with more questions than answers.
And that's the real tragedy here. If there was genuine innovation happening, it's been overshadowed by rushed announcements and unverified claims.
So what you're saying is, in their eagerness to be first, they might have shot themselves in the foot?
Precisely. And it's not just hyperwrite that suffers. It damages trust in the entire field of AI research.
Which brings us back to the need for responsible development and thorough peer review before making grand announcements.
It's a sobering reminder that in AI, as in any scientific field, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Well put, Jenny. The Reflection 70B incident might be a setback, but it's also a valuable lesson for the entire AI community.
Let's hope it's a lesson that sticks. We need more reflection in AI development, and I don't just mean the tuning kind.
Huh. Nice one, David. But seriously, this whole situation has got me thinking about the future of AI model releases. How can we balance the excitement of new developments with the need for rigorous verification?
Jenny, your question about balancing excitement and verification is crucial. I think we need a fundamental shift in how the AI community approaches model releases.
Agreed. The move fast and break things mentality might work for some tech sectors, but when it comes to AI, the stakes are too high.
But isn't there a risk of stifling innovation if we slow down too much? I mean, look at the pace of AI development in just the past year.
It's a valid concern, Jenny. But I'd argue that responsible innovation is sustainable innovation. We're not talking about grinding progress to a halt, but rather ensuring that each step forward is on solid ground.
Exactly. And let's not forget, incidents like the Reflection 70B debacle can actually slow progress by eroding trust and wasting resources on dead ends.
Fair point. So what do you both think needs to change in the AI industry to prevent similar situations in the future?
For starters, we need more robust peer review processes for open-source models. Perhaps a system where multiple independent labs verify results before any public announcements are made.
I'd add to that the need for standardized benchmarking protocols. It's too easy right now for companies to cherry-pick tests that make their models look good.
Those are great ideas. But how do we implement them in a field that's so competitive and fast-moving?
That's where industry leaders and regulatory bodies need to step in. We might need something like an AI standards board to oversee these processes.
And let's not underestimate the power of the AI research community itself. If we collectively decide to prioritize rigor over speed, it could shift the entire culture.
I love that idea. It's like we need a new ethical framework for AI development.
Exactly. And it's not just about preventing mistakes. It's about building a foundation of trust with the public. AI is going to play an increasingly large role in society, and we need people to trust that it's being developed responsibly.
Absolutely. And you know what? Incidents like Reflection 70B, while unfortunate, can serve as catalysts for these kinds of changes.
That's a great way to look at it. So, in a weird way, could we say that the Reflection 70B controversy might actually end up being good for the field of AI in the long run?
It certainly has the potential to be. If it leads to more stringent verification processes and a culture of responsible innovation, then some good will have come out of it.
I agree. It's a wake-up call that the AI community needed. We've been riding the hype wave for a while now, and it's time to mature as a field.
This conversation has given me a new perspective on the whole situation. It's not just about one model or one company, it's about the future of AI as a whole.
Well said, Jenny. And I think that's a perfect note to end on. The Reflection 70B incident isn't just a cautionary tale. It's an opportunity for growth and improvement in the AI field.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Here's to a future of more responsible, transparent, and trustworthy AI development.
And on that hopeful note, we'll wrap up this episode of Glitch in the Matrix. If you enjoyed our deep dive into the Reflection 70B controversy and its implications for the AI industry, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement helps us keep the conversation going and the Matrix glitching. Until next time, stay curious and stay skeptical.